Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Tell Talks Talk Show, Season 2, Episode 10. That's right, 10 episodes deep now. So we've been going for over 2 months. We had a couple of missed Thursday nights, but we've still done 10 episodes, and it's absolutely flown by. Tonight on the show, we've got two very special guests, and we're going to be talking all things Acolyte. So we're going to be talking about Acolyte. There's been a lot of mixed reviews, but it's coming out next week, the next Star Wars Disney project. So yeah, we've got to look into it, see how that's going to be. We've also got MCM Comic Con to talk about briefly. We'll go through some of the pickups. So we've done some little teasers on TikTok of what we have picked up from the con, but we'll go into that a bit more details tonight. And then we've got some fun and games, and we've also got the top 5 game as well, which was really good fun. We've made them into little TikToks as well, so that's been really good fun. People in the chat, great to see you all in the chat, and some familiar faces. Let's get a couple of guests on then. The start. Oh, they're both on. Coomsy's running off. it messed up. We'll start with Joe. How you doing, mate? Good to have you back.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Glad to be back. It's been a bit of a mad couple of months.
You looking bronzed? Bronze?
Yeah, see my shoulders. They're radioactive.
Yeah, and we've got Coomsy back from Comic Con. Have you got Comic Con flu? Or how are you feeling? Liverpool took it out of you, I remember.
You know what? I can't tell if it's Comic-Con flu or if it's just the weather at the moment that's going like really... It's sunny, then it's not, then it's sunny, then it's not. And that messes with your sinuses and everything. So it's like, do I have con flu or do I not? I can't tell.
It's a good point. How is the weather where you both live? Because, we all live in different parts of the UK. Yes, for me, it's dark and raining right now. How is it for you two?
It's been banging around here, generally speaking. Yeah. Been nice.
It was this morning.
Yeah.
It was sunny this morning, and I was out in the garden doing some weeds, and because we're getting ready for big projects in the garden, so I'm doing the weeding, and I was out there for about an hour, and suddenly it pissed it down and rain. So I came in. I was like, "Oh, it's sunny again. We'll go back out." As soon as I took my mum back out, it started pissing it down.
Yeah, you can't win. Anyway, let's get on with tonight's show then. Great to have you both here. So we're going to talk about the Acolyte, and it's my lovely mug. So what's everyone's thoughts on the Acolyte then before we actually go into it? Is anyone excited, or are you just going to watch it for the sake of watching it?
I'm excited to see prequel era and to see Coruscant, but apart from that, I've watched one trailer and trying to stay away from it because typical Star Wars fashion, there's a lot of negativity around it that just seems a bit unnecessary. So I'm just waiting to see. Trying to hold judgment really, rather than just preconceived negative thoughts for no reason. I reckon it'll be good.
I feel like you're on the back of a high right now, aren't you? After Ahsoka, so right now, Star Wars is good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Ahsoka. It's weird actually. In the sort of like come down the last 6 months since Ahsoka, I've seen a lot of people that's now saying they didn't like it. Where at the time, I'm pretty sure like the general
emotional, loving it.
Yeah, the general consensus was, episode 5 of Anakin's like the best episode of live action, and now people are like, it was all right.
Yeah,
it's just I think that's just typical Star Wars fans, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not happy. Wouldn't say I'm not happy. I'm not looking forward to seeing his whip, but apart from that,
I was gonna say about that. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, Coomsy, what's your thoughts on the Acolyte? Are you excited? Daphne Keane, you excited to see Daphne Keane?
It's a very all-star cast. I mean, you've got Trinity from The Matrix in it, which is like wild to me that she's now in a Star Wars film as well. Star Wars series. You've got the guy from Squid Game. You've got Daphne Keane, of course. It's an all-star cast, so it should be good if the writing's there.
Yeah, that is definitely a big factor. I think I saw a little YouTube video today when they were actually writing the Acolyte during Squid Game, and they immediately thought, that is the guy we want to be the main character. So yeah, quite exciting stuff. So I've got all the characters on screen this is all from Twitter. I've not done my homework. I've just copy and pasted. But we'll go through the characters there. I'm starting with I forgot his name in real life. Anyone remember his name?
No,
I know it's Korean.
Yeah, I don't want to just say anything
It's
around
a
him.
Korean name, so we don't want to butcher it.
So we've got Soul, who will be the main character. Master Soul is a wise, highly respected Jedi Master, strong in the ways of the Force, still and stalwart. Soul has a deep sense of compassion and will defend those who cannot defend themselves. He's a powerful warrior with intense emotions that he uses his Jedi training to balance. So, yeah, everyone excited for Soul, or can you be? Is he strong enough to be a main character? Do you think? This actor?
I don't know. I'll be interested to see what language he speaks in because I watched a clip yesterday where someone interviewed him on the red carpet in London.
Yeah.
And they asked him a question. It was quite like a basic question. It was just like, "Are you excited for it?" And he had to have it translated, and then he answered in Korean.
No.
So it'll be
What?
interesting if he speaks in English or maybe like a different language from a different planet, maybe in. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that's done.
Yeah. Coomsey, what's your thoughts on Soul?
I haven't seen Squid Game either because I heard things that I don't want to hear about a television show kind of
Yeah.
scenes. But I do know that I think he's a highly respected Korean actor from what I've heard past Squid Games. I don't know if he's strong enough to be a main character. We'll see. Maybe he doesn't even speak, and he like kind of
Yeah, I
maybe
can
it's
see that.
ASL.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Like we know, like what how the Phantom Menace, what they say in the Phantom Menace. So we're assuming a lot of these characters will get killed off. We're assuming. So yeah, so we don't know. Some of these might be in it for one episode. We had it with The Walking Dead, the ones who live. They done all that promo, didn't they? With all them characters, and then they were all dead by like episode 3, and then you had 3 episodes of like of the other characters. Won't that name drop? Next up, we've got a Jedi Wookiee, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Kel Nakai looks like. And his story sounds a bit like me. He's a loner who lives a solitary life, which is pretty accurate. A Wookiee Jedi Master, Kel Nakai has sequestered himself in the tangled jungles of Kofa. I've not heard of that planet either, so I'm not sure if that's a new one. He is a loner who lives a solitary life. So, what's everyone's thoughts on this one? I feel like it could be quite cool. Hopefully, he's got a bigger role than normal. Evelyn, Meg.
We've had a Jedi Wookiee before, but we've never had a Jedi Master Wookiee.
Oh, it is a Jedi Master. Yeah, good spot. Yeah. With a man bun as well. Or a Wookiee bun.
Yeah, all the photos I've seen previously, he's been in like full Jedi robe clobber, and now like towards the back end of the promo, it's like they've done it the wrong way around, where they revealed too much early, and now they're showing him like as a recluse in the woods. Like, well, you've already shown these promo images of like him looking all Jedi Master-esque. So I assume we're going to see him either reunite. I imagine they're probably going to go for him for help or something, knowing that there's a Jedi Master just
Maybe
knocking around in the woods. Yeah,
he's got his robes on. He just goes, "I got this."
Yeah, I feel like that could pull on the heartstrings a bit. Like if you see a Wookiee die on the big screen. Like I remember, was it in Rise of Skywalker where we thought Chewbacca died, but he didn't actually die, and that was like, oh crap, that's actually the end of Chewbacca. So if this or Cal Naka dies, I don't know if it's it is a male. I was going to say I'm not sure if it says a male or female. It does say himself, so it is a male Wookiee as well. So anyone know lifespan of Wookiees? I wouldn't have a clue either.
That might be something you have to Google.
Yeah.
I think it's 800.
Yeah,
because it's either 8 or 400 because Chewbacca is. I remember them mentioning 400. He's either 200 or 400 years old.
400.
Okay.
Yeah, so Chewbacca was 200.
Chewie. Corey says he's definitely the best Korean actor. I saw a lot of stuff that he's in. Definitely suited him to be a main character. Yeah, I think he do well, but I think the boys made a good point about how much he will actually talk. Yeah, I'm not sure how much he will actually talk. Next up, we've got Indara. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these names right. We've got another Jedi Master. Master Indara is a Jedi Master of great physical and mental skill. She has exciting control of her Force abilities, exuding a sense of command and authority with just her presence. Though she does not seek combat, she is skilled enough to engage on her own terms. Which actually sounds pretty good. Pretty good. Jedi Master. What's everyone's thoughts? Well, with the actress, I'm actually not a big fan of the actress. I think she was in Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really like her character, and that so it's put me off her a bit. But yeah, hopefully this swings the other way. So what's everyone's else's thoughts?
There's a lot of Jedi Masters, isn't there? For like a show that if a Sith shows up and it's not just a dark
It's just
side
got to
user.
die. Really, yeah.
I know there's like, and
Get
that's
trapped.
never. Oh, it's just. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they don't come out and go, "Oh my god, it's a Sith," and they just think it's a dark side user, and that's fine, and that's why. But we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of Jedi Masters. It's like half the council.
Even cares
These
Jedi.
are-
That'd be good. That'd be a good watch.
This is not even the council. This is just random Jedi that they've got. But the whole
They
thing
have
is
teased. Go on, mate.
the Acolyte. Now, Acolytes are meant to be like lower Sith. They're like followers of the dark side. And they usually wear masks and things like that. So I'm feeling like they've said the Acolyte. It's meant to be a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe the other side of it is maybe one of these that'd be a bit of a stretch in a small show. I would say maybe one of these Jedi Masters do turn, or they are like a spy or the secretly Sith. But that's a bit of a stretch for what is it? 6 episodes? I'm assuming it's 6. I'm not actually sure. I mean,
It might be 8.
Yeah, it'll be a quick. It'll have to be a really quick turnaround for them to get a storyline like that. Next up, we've got May, and is she the Acolyte? I'm not too sure.
I have no idea.
No, I don't think we know who the Acolyte is because it should be a dark side user unless they swung that completely.
So May is a mysterious young woman with a tragic past. May gets swept up into a sinister mystery one that puts her into the center of a conflict in unexpected ways. She is determined to exact vengeance on those who wronged her, and little can stop May on her quest. There we go then. So that's the end of the Acolyte. No one's gonna stop her. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's thing of May. I can't. Is she Chinese or is she mixed race? I can't actually remember what one she was from the premiere yesterday.
No
Can't actually
idea.
recall what one she was. Jack's in the stream. Thanks for tuning in, Jack. Oh, you're gonna be watching the Acolyte, mate? Actually, I know you're not a big Star Wars fan. Dogs walking in. You coming in? Yeah. So what's everyone's thoughts on May?
Similar to the others. It's very mysterious. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's nice to see someone who's wielding like hand combat rather than a lightsaber. That'd be interesting to see how that goes.
It says mysterious young woman, so we don't know nothing. Like she could be a Sith, could be a Jedi. So her fate might be decided. We just don't know yet. What else we got? Any more characters? Here we go. So we've got a great name. This Jackie Lon, a skilled and studious Padawan learner. Jackie Lon shows great promise in her path to become a Jedi Knight. The Padawan apprentice to Master Soul is young, but she projects calm and conducts herself with maturity. It kind of, when I read this earlier, it kind of reminded me of Obi-Wan a little bit, like quite above his, what's the word? Quite above, wise for their age. We'll start with Coombs in on this one. Are you excited for Jackie Lon? I do like the green lightsabers returning. I feel like that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, there are meanings towards each lightsaber, and then you have Samuel L. Jackson, who just has a purple one because he's Samuel L. Jackson. But I feel like this could be the standout character, not just because he's Daphne Keane, but because the story could be interesting. Like, is this Master Soul? Are they going to pull a Phantom Menace and have him die, and then she's going to come into the fold as the main person? Maybe that's how they get with the language barrier.
It feels like with the casting, like it feels like she's gonna go on to other things with Star Wars, like probably get her own spin-off or something. Like everything branches out these days with Disney. It's all merch and money grabbing, you know. So I feel like I'll be amazed if this is the last time we see her. Joe, what's your thoughts on Jackie Lon?
Jackie.
Hello, shalom, Jackie.
Hello.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I really like that image, as you said then, with the green.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting because surely they can cast the guy from Squid Games and kill him off too quickly, because it would have been hard to have pinned him down to something I would have thought.
Mhm.
But yeah, it does that. It is giving off Obi-Wan vibes. I didn't realize that's who Daphne Keane was even playing. I've literally stayed so far away from the Acolyte that I didn't even realize that was her. From that image, you can't tell that's her. I don't think.
She's not a human, clearly. She's definitely a
No.
species or something. But yeah,
Mm.
no idea what that species is. Doesn't look familiar to me. It's,
No.
Yeah,
it's
it
cool
looks
though.
cool, though.
She's got like the Obi-Wan Padawan braid at the back as well. So,
Will
like,
all the Padwans get them?
yeah, like it's like a female version. This one, it's a little bit at the end, so it's a pretty cool feature. Anything else to add on Jackie Lon? Or I think that might be it with the.
Shalom.
Yeah, that is it. That is it with the Acolyte.
Joe, stop it.
Joe's got you. But yeah, overall, mate, I'm excited for it. It's the only thing with the Acolyte is that I'm really into movies at the moment, so I've tried to stir away from TV shows, but now June is such a heavy TV show month with obviously The Boys, House of Dragon, The Bear, but I have not watched The Bear, so that may be one I end up watching, and then obviously The Acolyte. So it's gonna be a very heavy month for TV shows. Yeah, anything else from you guys to add?
No.
Looking
All
forward to
right. So we'll move on to MCM. We'll start with the pickups. And Coomsy, if you want to start with your pickups, mate.
No, you do yours. we'll be here a while.
All right. Can I make myself big? Oh, that don't look good. There we go. Do it like that. So yeah, I just got the one pop from Emily Swallow. Lovely signed. This is the way. As I was chatting to her, I was like, "Can you write this is the way?" And she started writing it on the front already before I even said write it on the side. But I was happy with it, so it was quite cool. I like it when it gets all covered up. And it was her own paint pen. A lot of the guests there, Joe, which was really cool. They all had like their own like folder of paint pens.
Mm.
Like, yeah, so I've never seen guests so well prepared for cons. So yeah, that was just my solo pickup, and of course I got the photo, which you would have seen from the vlog and Instagram. So yeah, that was it from me. Nothing else really tempted me. We'll move it over to Coomsy then, and Coomsy can take over this while I have a little rest.
Yeah, that was the thing that I quite enjoyed. It was not even like a particular company that had these folders full of paint pens. It was literally the guests had these paint pens, and they had all kinds of different ones. Of course, they had Poshkas, which I told a few of them. I was like, you want to get rid of them because people will complain if they start chipping as soon as they walk away. And they were like, oh, you know what? I did notice that. Maybe I'll do that. I was like, yeah.
Oh, you mean like chip away on the pop?
Yeah, the
Yes.
pen.
I know what you mean.
The autograph really easily chips because it's water based, so it doesn't quite apply to the window correctly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
But this is the first one that I got. This is Jeff Loeb. So this is the Spider-Man blue. He didn't do it on the middle or anything. I was kind of rushed.
It looks like he just wrote his name.
Yeah, yes. He's literally just wrote Jeff Loeb, and that's it. He was £10 to get the autograph, so you know
fair enough.
Oh, okay.
He's an artist. He's the writer of these, and he's the writer of some of the Batman stuff, as I said. But yeah, this is the Spider-Man blue pop. He wrote this. The guy that did the artistry for that book is sadly no longer with us, so I can't get it done there. But yeah, there's Jeff Loeb there.
What made you go for red then? With the
Sticker.
Yeah, I think it was the sticker. I mean, you can kind of tell, like the J, even though this was a primed pen completely, the J is a lot darker for some reason, and I think it's because he's old. He's quite old now, so it's. I did have it flat, thankfully, but I said this is probably the weirdest thing you've ever had to sign. He said, "No, I love these." So he probably has been asked before. But yeah, we have Next up, Tails. So this is the current voice of Tails. I think it's been since, I can't remember what game, but quite a while. But she's also Tails in the movie.
It's a mad autograph, that.
Yeah, I quite like it because her name is Colleen O'Shaughnessy, so she does COSS. And then
I cannot forge that one.
no, and on the side is a quote from Sonic Frontiers.
Will it stop worrying about
me and start believing in me?
That's nice. I like that it's flocked as well. It's a cool one.
Yeah, that's quite an expensive pop actually, but I like the conversations that I had with the guests there, and she had again she had a vase full of paint pens because she started writing it in Sharpie. And I was like, "No, do you have an orange?" And she went, "Oh yeah, I got an orange." And she went and dabbed it and made sure it was all okay. Which is good because sometimes the paint pens explode or they're just really, really crap. And I was getting the orange out of my bag. She went, "No, I've got one here." I went, "Oh, that's useful." So then we've got to go with Tails. We've got Knuckles. This is not Idris Elba, obviously. I wish it was. But this is Knuckles from Sonic Frontiers again. I think he was in one other game, but he's the new voice of Knuckles.
Flocked as well. Keep him with Flock.
But I don't like... What is that?
Yeah, that's the baby one as well, isn't it?
It's not even shiny. It's just paper.
You've almost got to keep it on, don't you?
Yeah. And then on the side, I'll take care of it with my fists.
Decent.
And to be honest, the conversation that we had with him, that I had him, wasn't even about... well, you were there. We didn't speak about Sonic at all, did we? We spoke about Shocker from Spider-Man.
Oh, it was that guy. I'm thinking of Robbie Raymond or something.
No. Yeah, Dave B. Mitchell, the voice of...
he was a nice bloke. Yeah, he seemed pretty cool.
But he noticed that I had the Spider-Man shirt on, and then he said, "Oh, you know I'm the voice of Shocker." I said, "Yeah, but you don't have a pop."
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Yeah. And then he kept on, he was talking about his theories of what's going to happen in the next... He was like, yeah, but you don't see this, and you don't see that, so maybe I can come back. And I was like, well, I hope you do. Because they did you dirty. And then we've got the brand new supersonic glittery chase. I do like this one. The pop is really cool.
No, it's nice.
That's Roger Craig Smith. And then on the side we got, looks like I'm going out. Well, it looks like I'm going all out after all from the very end of the game. But yeah, I do love that. I don't know if you can really see. It's glittery. It's a glittery chase.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Wayne get it, and I was like, I have to buy it. It's one of those things, you see it, and you're like, that's a really, really well done chase. I have to buy it. We've got Robbie Damon.
Listen, he took a lot of time on this.
Yeah. Well, we were having a conversation, because I spoke to... You'll see in the TikTok when I release it. We're having a conversation about... the different Spider-Man that I've got, and I was like, yeah, I've got Tom, Andrew, and Toby. He's like, wow, so you're adding me to that stack? I was like, yeah, because you're a Spider-Man voice actor. So he didn't do it on the side, but he did do yeah, it says, I'm not only okay, I'm kind of awesome. This is the only pop he has. And then on the side, he does the little spider, which I quite like.
Sick.
Yeah, I like when guests have like a signature thing that they do for certain characters. A lot of people like this show, but I quite liked it because of the themes that they did. The different Spider-Man comics, like no other show has done Superior Spider-Man, like completely venomized and things like that. It had a lot going for it. And then the final one is Roger Craig Smith again, but this is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the Black Hood Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2. And he's written on the front, "We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins." Roger Craig Smith, Ezio. And then on the side, I was like, I know I'm being cheeky here, but could I have 2 quotes? And he said, on that one, it shall be done. And then he's wrote on the side, Wet Criesca in Pace, which is rest in peace in Italian.
No shit. Nice.
So that is my favourite. It's actually probably one of my favourites that I've got.
Hence the
I
hard
just love the way it's come out. Well, yeah. I mean, everything's mostly in hard stacks. I just have to find the money to pay for hard stacks for the.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Joe, any questions on MCM, mate, before we move on?
No, I was going to ask about queuing, but you pretty much summed it up previously. Yeah, it looked really, really good from like everyone that I've seen, and I saw a lot of people's stuff. I was surprised how many like fellow creators and other influencers and stuff like that were there. It looked really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've got any complaints. The only complaint bit was at the end where they boarded out the garden bit where you couldn't get onto the grass. But that's not you. That's more of a security thing, trying to get people out. But
No,
yeah,
I know why they were doing that.
Yeah.
So at the very end of the day, I looked on the app and they had like specialized meetups, and they were all in that area. So obviously they were making sure that by the stairs, because you got the stairs, but there's also stairs in the garden, isn't there? And that bit they were doing the meetups with, so you had all of the people there. I think they had a Fallout one, a Call of Duty one. There were even fan ones, and they kind of like cordoned it off to make sure that we're not out in public and getting photobombed and all that.
All right. Next up, then we have got. It's been a while, but we've got YouTube comment of the week. Okay, now YouTube comment of the week. We'll start with Mr. Dino Joe. He's been absent for a little while. Let me look there. I'll move that for a minute. Yeah, so let's have your YouTube comment of the week, mate.
I was expecting it to play again now. Getting caught out by every week. Mine comes from a message. I won't share who they were because they've not said if they wanted or not. But I just had a very nice message on TikTok saying, absolutely loving the videos, keep it going. And then they disagreed with the film that I liked. So it was really funny. It was like a positive and negative. It was like, it said, oh, really loving the videos, keep the content coming. However, I think challenges is rubbish. And it just made me giggle. It's just like, oh, I really like it. No, I don't.
Coombsy, have you got anything?
Yeah. So on the Roger Craig Smith TikTok, I had.
Hang on. Why is he starting? Why is he starting? He knows the rules. You gotta respect.
Yay! I get the song.
Respect the jingle. Go on, mate.
Yeah. So on the TikTok of Roger Craig Smith, which is actually doing pretty well, is it 10,000 views?
Ooh.
So there was a guy they cut off just after me, and we were having a conversation with the others next to me, and he was dressed as Ezio to go and see the voice actor of Ezio. And they cut him off, and we were like, "You can't do that." And he's commented on the TikTok saying, "I met him in the same place yesterday. I was dressed as Ezio." So I said, "I saw you. Were you the one they cut off in the queue?" I said, "Yeah, that was me." So it's random how that's come. He's found that on TikTok.
Yeah, he's very searched. Yeah, I feel like I might have sort of seen him as well. It's funny, yeah. Joe Coombsy actually got stopped because someone recognised Coombsy, for his pop collection of all things. So really? Tell the story, Coombsy, quickly, and then I'll do my one.
So I can't remember who I actually went and got an autograph from, but there was a person in front. They turned around and they said, "Are you Mr. Coombsy?" I went, "Yes."
You owe me money.
I was genuinely thinking I was about to get punched in the face or something, because people get annoyed at things you say sometimes. But no, he went. I went. Oh, I love your collection. I'm assuming he's probably talking about the video that I made of the collection. And not like I don't know. I don't know where he didn't specify. He just kind of went. I like your collection, and his girlfriend standing there, and she goes, "How do you know this guy?" And I go, "Oh, I've got a big pop collection full of autographs." And she's like, "Oh, he's got a bunch of pops." I went, "Yeah, there's, I think there's 80 odd now." She went, "Do you have them all stacked together?" I said, "No, I have individual areas." She's like, "Wow, so you must have a big house." I'm like, "No, not really." And then he took a selfie with me.
Yeah, I remember him getting a photo. I was like, "Who's he getting a photo with?" I was like, "Is Coombsy asked for the photo, or someone asked Coombsy for the photo?" Oh, my flashlight's died. Anyway, let's do my YouTube comment of the week then. Okay, guys, so my YouTube comment of the week actually comes from someone that's actually in the chat. So it's from the MCM Comic Con Vlog London, Saturday, 25th of May, 2024. And the comment comes from Corey. Corey's put, definitely seen better beers. Glad you had a good time. Great vid tell. And yeah, them Madras, mate. MCM Madras are ones to avoid. It's annoying because we have to do it for the pint test. Like that's part of the vlog experience, doing the pint test. So it might have to be a pint of cider. And you must be a cider man from where you live. I don't want to drop where you live, but your way.
I like a cloudy cider, but no, I don't like apple juice, mate. So I'm not too keen on cider, but I do like a Thatcher's Haze in the summer. Oh yeah,
I love a dark fruit, a Strongbow dark fruit.
That's not cider.
That's
Strongbow.
Yeah,
it's cider. It says on it.
It's Ribena.
See, he's where he lives. It's proper. He's proper cider lover.
No, he's not in proper cider country. Proper cider country is like Devon way.
And
Somerset.
Yeah, I was gonna say Somerset.
I'm a cider drinker.
Right, got to combine harvester.
Next up, we have got top 5. Oh, we've just got a quick comment. Yeah, Corey laughing at the chat. So we've got top 5, and how it went last week. We've got 3 categories, and we're going to name our top 5 from each category. So I'm going to move the screen like this because now I can make it into a nice little TikTok. So I'll just move the banner as well. Let's hide that. So I can't remember what one is on the top of my list. Oh, the top of my list is movie snacks. So if you get your list of movie snacks up, guys, and people in the chat, in the comments, if you want to put your top 5 movie snacks, you don't have to do it in order. If you just want to spam it, you can do. So yeah, I want to hear your top 5 movie snacks. We'll start with you, Dino Joe. And your number 5, please.
My number 5 is a large soft drink, ideally a Coke, because then I'm sat in the cinema like that.
Yeah,
sugars beyond belief, but they're the biggest soft drinks you can get, I swear, in the UK is in a cinema these days. So yeah, a large soft drink is my numero 5.
Ice or no ice?
Oh, no ice. Value for money.
Coombsy, your
cost of living crisis.
Yeah, we say that with City World Unlimited cards when we get a discount.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to go for something simple because I don't really take like my own. I always find when I go to the cinema, I always have to go and get something from like a popcorn and a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I'm going to go with like a bag of M&Ms.
Good shout. Yeah, I mean,
because you can put them on the popcorn.
Everyone's doing that these days. Yeah,
they're charging for it as well.
Yeah. Bloke at work was telling me about it. Yeah, he got it last time he went, and yeah, they're charging. My number 5, a bit similar. I went for a bag of Revels. So yeah, that's my number 5. Right, Joe, your number 4.
My number 4 is a bag of M&Ms, and I have reasoning for it as well, which disgraces your one. So no one wants to be sat in a cinema with warm hands. You're going in chocolate, your fingers are going to look like your toilet paper's given through by the end of it. You don't want that. M&M's, you've got the outer shell as protection, but you've got chocolate in the middle. You're good. You're golden.
You can have rainbow fingers.
Yeah, true. Touche.
Yeah. Good shout. Cozy, you're number 4.
I'm gonna this is the thing. I told you I don't take snacks, so I'm trying to think. I did have it written down, but I can't remember where I put it. Because you don't want too much, otherwise you're gonna miss the film because you need to go to the woohoo. What? I'm not gonna say like a cookie or something like small cookies, like Maryland. Let's go with that.
Nice. Big shout. My number 4, although I've not done it for a long time, I've gone for a pint. Just a pint. So I'm not sure how much they cost at the cinema like these days. It probably is not even that bad compared to how much like beers are these days. So yeah, I've gone for a pint, and you can get it at my local cinema that I go to now. So yeah, I've gone for a nice cold pint. Joe, your number 3.
My number 3 is nachos, specifically Cineworld. Cineworld nachos are actually banging.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my number 3. I have them once in a blue, probably like once a year. I have nachos. I'll be in the cinema and think, I'm up for spending all of my money today. I'll spend 12 quid on nachos. Get on there. Yeah. Lovely treat. After a meal outside as well, probably.
Yeah.
Just a meal. What will that wash down with? Oh yeah, some stale Doritos. Lovely. Yeah. So my number 3 is nachos.
It's good call. Salsa or no salsa?
Oh yeah, no guac, no sour cream, just a load of salsa and nacho cheese.
Jalapeno?
Plastic cheese. Maybe. Depends what mood I'm in. Depends on
Coombsy?
feeling cheeky.
Coomsy, you're number 3. We've got to get 5 snacks out of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you make your own pick and mix.
Ooh.
Great
So
shout.
you
very
make
good
it.
shout.
You don't go and maybe one of those mix bags they do from TikTok. Have you seen them? There's just £18.99 for 4 kilograms worth of sweets.
Yeah. That's a good shout. My number 3 is actually something that someone's put in the chat. And I've actually got Magic Stars. So yeah, Magic Stars is actually my number 3. That's my go-to chocolate at the minute. I love it. Magic Stars, eat them in one go, no questions. Joe, you're number 2.
My number 2 is a good old classic popcorn. Number 2.
Elaborate.
Just sweet and salty, ideally, like a mix, but cinema sweet. Views is the best. Cineworld's is usually quite stale at mine because it looks like it's been sat around for a long time. But yeah, just your classic popcorn. I leave the cinema afterwards and I have no idea how much of it all goes over me, but it happens somehow.
Coomsy, you're number 2.
I'm gonna go with one that Joe said, but I wouldn't get it from Cineworld. See, I'd try. Where my Cineworld is, there's a Taco Bell, literally a couple of. So I try and get their nacho platter, not the hot one, but the one that they do with the cheese on it. I might have to wait for it to cool down. Although you can be sneaky, as long as it's really smelly, you can probably get it in the cinema.
Yeah, good shout. So your number 2 is Taco Bell. Taco Bell
No, not specifically Taco Bell. Just nachos.
My number 2 is a Pepsi Max, a large Pepsi Max. It would be my number 1, but I think I've got another number 1. So yeah, my number 2 is a large Pepsi Max. Yeah. Joe, your number 1. Your number 1 snack.
Tell me you go to the cinema in the UK without telling me. My number 1 is a Tango Ice Blast.
Oh, hell,
Easy.
I thought that was coming up. Yeah.
Easy.
Coomsy,
Mixing both. Ooh, lovely.
Did I do my number? Oh yeah, it's got to be popcorn, but it's specifically as Joe's a mix. I like it because you go Oh, I got that one now. And I did try the M&Ms on the popcorn last time I went, and they charged me £1.50, and they just went, and it was like 10 M&Ms.
Clever, aren't they? All right, and my number one is the sweet popcorn. Since I got my Cineworld Unlimited card, I am getting a bit sick of popcorn, but it is your go-to snack when you go to the cinema. So mine is just a sweet popcorn. But yeah, that was quite an interesting top five. So some very good answers. I think, yeah, we had M&M's was the same. I think that was about it. Yeah, I think that was the only one that was the same. I got Magic Stars with someone in the chat. Let's see what people in the chat are saying. Paul says cider in the summer, Guinness in the winter. Good call. Corey says popcorn, a monster, can of Monster, Pringles, Ben and Jerry's, and Skittles. That's
Ben
a
and
proper
Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's. That's a great shout.
Yeah, you could eat. Yeah, you could do all that in one go. Yeah, you could have that actually all in one sitting.
Oh,
You would definitely need the wee wees then.
a monster
That's
float.
where Corey's Oppenheimer. he's probably got to do the ice cream first though. Saying that. Meg's is Magic Stars, Maltesers, Pick and Mix, Tango Ice Blast, and some of Joe's popcorn. Very good.
Specifically Joe's.
Pop Night TV says, welcome to the stream, mate. Good seeing the stream. Just tuning in, lads. Are you all going to Manchester Comic Con in July? I think it might be just me. I'm going. I'm the big Walking Dead fan, so I'll definitely be going. And you two guys, what's your thoughts on Manchester Comic Con? Well, there is two actually.
So it looks really good. It's just, there's a lot in one period of time for me, unfortunately. If it was closer, I probably would have been tempted to go just to go. But I can't warrant it. But the cast is mad, especially after seeing it.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like the number one star. Yeah, it's very true. Coombsy, your thoughts on Manchester Comic Con? Because there is two Comic Cons. We was chatting about someone else at the other con, that Mega Con.
Yeah, it was MegaCon Manchester. Yeah, they both look good. To be fair, but they're different guests for different people. So if you like superhero stuff, they've got that at the MegaCon one. If you like The Walking Dead, they've definitely got that at the Monopoly one.
And they've got Tommy Fury for you.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm waiting for.
I hope he's got his top off.
Wayne says nothing from the cinema. He goes to Morrison's. Paul says last time I went, the guy next to me had a full-on picnic, sandwiches, sausage rolls, and a flask of tea.
Flask of tea.
We've got to know what the film is now. I need,
yeah,
context.
Was he watching Downton Abbey the movie?
Last time you went, is it going to be like Furiosa? I bet it's like Furiosa or something. Then something recent. Sour Patch Kids, good shout. Yeah, I was thinking of like a wine gum or fruit pastel or something like that. And Corey said he would die if he had all them snacks in one go. Right then, let's do the next one then. We was just chatting about Comic Con, so I want to hear your top 5 Comic Cons from 5th to 1st. So we'll start with Coombsy, then we'll go to me, and then we'll go to Joe. So Coombsy, it was Furiosa. There we go. So it was Furiosa. So top 5 Comic Cons from 5th to number 1. Coombsy, you're number 5.
I don't think I've been to 5 different event organizers. But I'm gonna go MegaCon for number 5 just because I haven't been, but I feel like I have been.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of content I've seen from different people and the vlog that you guys did.
Yeah, good show. My number 5 might be an unpopular one. I've gone Comic-Con Wales. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Joe.
I thought you said it was really good.
Changed your tune.
It was very good, but I've got reasons.
If you put LFCC above this or Edinburgh, you're a disgrace of a bloke.
Edinburgh's in there. Right,
you're off your nut. You ain't getting a lift this year. Number 5, I have got Stinky Edinburgh.
Oh, it's in it. Oh, he just made it then. Very good.
Just because the capital and the guest list is very good.
Yeah. Coombsy, you're number 4.
Portsmouth Comic Con.
Ooh,
so it's the it's the relatively local one, and it's really good for a day out. But they're being a small con. They don't get the guests. It's more about the going round and seeing all the people in cosplay. There's a lot of cosplay orientation in there. There's different stuff to do. It's just a fun day out, but it's not really like a big Comic Con.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's a bit similar to MegaCon. Like you go for the cosplay, just have fun. Like it is nice to go to a con where you're not actually queuing and going for guests. It is nice just to go around, be in that environment, go to the stalls and stuff, and no real pressure. My number 4 is LFCC. I'm gonna go in brackets to summer one because the lineup last 2 years previous were very good. We had Matt Smith, Tamora Morrison, Dolph Lundgren. The year before that, it was Christopher Lloyd, Joseph Quinn, David Harbour. So there's some very good lineups at the previous summer one. So yeah, that's my number 4.
And this year we have a ginger person.
Yeah, we won't talk about this year yet. We'll still hold out. Joe, your number 4, I believe.
My number 4 is Aberdeen.
Ooh, no.
Venue very good. Yeah, venue very good, which would put it higher. But it is also at the other end of the UK, so not particularly easy to get to. But yeah, that's the only reasoning. But venue-wise, top notch.
Yeah. It was just one big arena, wasn't it? Yeah, but you get what you get, and yeah, it's pretty good. Coombsy, your number 3, please.
It's got to be Comic-Con Liverpool, and I should have put it lower. But now that I think about it, I still feel that the guests I met there made up for the complete crap show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my number 3.
Yeah. I mean, you rank it higher because of the guest it draws in, not because of the experience. So it depends how you rank it. My number 3, close. I went Comic-Con Aberdeen. So very, very, very good con. Downside is the only thing. Yeah, the downside would be where the venue is to the city centre is a bit of a stretch. So it's like you have to get quite an expensive taxi, I suppose, into the city centre to have the nightlife out after. But as a con overall, very, very good. So Comic-Con Aberdeen is my number 3. Joe, your number 3.
My number 3 is LFCC.
Oh, you got it in.
Yeah, I think it sits in the middle because winter, I think Coombsy can agree, was brilliant. Really well organised. Guests were great. Virtual queues were easy. Staff were. It's the best I've experienced with staff at a con. Was at winter last year. They were really, really helpful. No one was like RC, which you usually get with some security, sort of like, or handlers. People kind of like feel like they've had enough of people, but throughout the whole day, people were really sound. So yeah, I'd say LFCC for that reason. It was mid because it can sometimes they're good, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Coombsy, you're number 2. This can be interesting.
The MCM just gone.
Okay, so you're saying
MCM May, I guess it would be called.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Yeah, you want to elaborate or?
Yeah, I just think it was run really well. There were no real hiccups. No, like, oh, we're running over. I'm going to sign a few and then delay the photographs, and then the whole thing gets thrown out of order. I just think it was run really well. It was easy to get round. And there was a lot to do. I think we didn't even see half of the con.
Well, yeah, it's very true. Yeah. That Artist Alley, we only saw, 6:30 onwards.
Yeah, and there was even more. There was like lightsaber training and stuff going on in some other hall that I saw on the map. I was like, I didn't even get there.
Yeah, all the panels and stuff. We didn't even get close to going to a panel. My number 2 is Comic-Con Manchester. Very, very good lineups for me, being a Walking Dead fan. I love Manchester as well. And the venue is okay. I think if they do the layout better, it will be an even better con this year. But yeah, my experience at Comic-Con Manchester last year was brilliant. Yeah, yeah, and I'm a big fan of Manchester, so the nightlife and going out is pretty good as well. So yeah, Comic Con Manchester is my number 2. Joe, your number is it your number 2?
2, yeah.
Yeah.
My number 2 is MCM.
Mm-hmm.
I think for what a Comic Con is, what you imagine a Comic Con is, MCM pretty much summarize it pretty well. And now, like, they're getting pretty big guests from different franchises and fan bases as well. It's very varied. I think what like other organizers lack is that they focus too much on solely guests, and then they just have like traders, and they might have like a couple of props, and that's it. But like MCM, you've got areas where it's like Hasbro's there and Whatnot's there and Tops, and you can go to different areas and watch people have like lightsaber battles and things like that. And there's just so much as a Comic Con. You can go there quite happily and not see any guests, as we did in like October.
Yeah,
and it's a really good day out where I feel like if you went to other organizers, you would go there, and if you weren't meeting guests, that you'd literally walk around for 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh, what do I do now?
yeah. Well, I've spent £60 on entry, so £30 with you, £30 on community, and I've only met one guest, so I paid 60 quid to get in. I've only seen one guest, but I'm not complaining because the experience of the day is still really, really good. So,
Yeah.
Coombs, is it your number 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
number
okay.
1 is going to be LFCC, and it's not going to be the first one we ever did. It's going to be the winter that Joe said, purely because the guest lineup was amazing, and I genuinely don't believe they're going to top it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Ian McDermott, he's like almost gets forgotten about.
Yeah,
but it's massive. It's a massive announcement.
Oh, massive.
No, I was going to say, sorry, I was stealing your thunder. Yeah, anything else?
I just felt it was done really well. You could speak to the staff and they'd help you out. All of the requests seem to be fulfilled as well. So if somebody wanted a quote, usually that guest might not do quotes. Yeah. And yet they are, just because they're loving the experience and they're talking to the fans and they're just having a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair. Yeah, can't disagree there. So my number 1 is actually MCM. You both have said all the reasons why. Yeah, and I feel like just for the future, once they get these guests, like how they got Tamora Morrison, Emily Swallow, Brandon Wayne, like these big names, is pretty cool. It was nice. It was almost like putting 2 Comic Con worlds together. So yeah, I feel like the future for Comic Cons could very well be MCM. So very much looking forward to the one in October. And like you said with the licensing, like they got the Hasbro and all that. They had like the official Sky TV doing the House of Dragon stuff.
Yeah.
So they had Sky there, which was like the official House of Dragon props.
Yeah,
so,
Doctor Who stuff they've always got there, haven't they?
Doctor Who, Ted Lasso cast. Yeah, loads of other stuff. Can't even think of. There's so much. Like the actual guide and the app. The app's really good. There's so much to actually look at on the app. Like you don't really know where to start. It's actually that crazy. But yeah, MCM for me is definitely my number 1. Joe, your number 1? I think I know what yours is going to be.
My number 1 is Comic-Con Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Purely just, it's really easy to get into. There's a car park underneath that is dirt cheap. It's cheaper to park in there than it is at the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, venue's unreal. Structured really well. Like it was busy, but it didn't feel busy because of the way they had it laid out. The auditorium's the best for panels at any con I've been to. Yeah, really good. Just
I forget about that. Yeah, it's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah, and even like the 2 main guests were like separated away, like with its own route in, so it wasn't like all the guests are crammed in one place and then the hall ended up just getting rammed.
Mm-hmm.
It's spread out quite well. Yeah, even like photo ops were in a different hall, so people weren't like there's so many cons you go to where people queue for photo ops like in front of autographs, and it's just so confusing.
Yeah.
I just think venue wise it just puts it ahead. I think it needs better guests. But I'm happy with them personally. Last year I think they were a bit like mid looking back at it compared to other cons, especially when it's like one of their flagship cons, Monopoly. But Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope it's just as good as last year and it doesn't change my opinion because, yeah, the venue is lovely news.
Yeah, hopefully they do get a solid lineup this year as well. Corey says he's top 5, so 5th he's gone Stoke-on-Trent. Don't know about that one. Liverpool Comic Con 2024. He's done the dates as well. Comic Con Manchester 2023, Liverpool 2023. I think I went to that one. Yeah, Full Love of Horror 2023. So yeah, really good cons there. So we've got how many similar? 1, 2, 3 similar ones. So yeah, very, very good stuff. We've got one more game of top 5, and that is Lord of the Rings characters. So I want to hear your top 5 Lord of the Rings characters. I'll go first on this one then. I've gone a bit rogue on this one. So my 5th favorite character is Lurtz from Fellowship of the Ring. I think he's terrifying. But when I first saw him, I was like, this guy's mad, like coming out of like the ground, literally. Yeah. So Lurtz is my number 5. Joe, your number 5?
My number 5 is Gollum. I just think he adds so much to the Two Towers and Return of the King, and the sort of back and forth between the three of them is really, really good. And the whole story, in a sense, evolves around him. All the wheels in motion are because of Gollum, which will be really cool to see in this film. But yeah, Gollum's my number 5.
Yeah, Kimsey, your number 5?
I'm gonna get hate for this, but I don't have much of a detachment to the character, so I'm gonna go Aragorn.
All right. Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Just Aragorn. Move on. Mine is Aragorn. Move on. All right. My number 4.
He's got a red dot on his forehead. Sniper.
My number 4 is Gimli. Yeah. Big fan of Gimli. Not as much compared to the other characters. And yeah, a lot of what he says is quite iconic. Like if we ever did meet John Rhys Davies, I feel like there's so many quotes you can actually get on that pop. Like so many great quotes. So yeah, Gimli is my number 4. Joe, your number 4.
My number 4 is Gandalf.
Oh, I forgot about Gandalf.
Yeah, Gandalf's my number 4. I've watched them quite a lot this year. After watching both trilogies, I actually prefer Gandalf in The Hobbit, I think, over Lord of the Rings, just because Gandalf the Grey is fantastic. Gandalf the White is still good, but it's a bit more mono. But yeah, I do love him as a character. It's just so well portrayed. So Gandalf is my numero quattro.
Yeah. Coomsey, your number 4?
My number 4 is the same as yours. It's Gimli.
Ciao.
And it's pretty much the same reasoning. Like John Rhys Davies, he loves the character, so probably when you ask for that quote, he's going to recite it to you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
and act it out.
He'll get on his knees.
Have you seen it when like someone asks him something and he talks about how he performed it, and he comes out of his booth into like next to the queue and he stands there and he like acts it out. It's brilliant.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember I think Leader Pop Tart done a video when he met him at MCon, and like he done a talk and he was like, oh, the axe was actually really heavy. Like you actually be surprised how heavy it was. The uniform was heavy and the helmet. But yeah, that was really, really interesting. My number 3, I've gone Gollum. Again, great character. I was thinking like, have you seen it on Twitter where people are like, oh, when are we going to get a movie about Anakin Skywalker? Why doesn't he have his own movie? And then people are like, the whole trilogy is about Anakin Skywalker. And it's a bit like the same with Gollum. Like this whole trilogy is about Gollum, essentially, chasing the ring. But yeah, Gollum is my number 3. Love Gollum, love Andy Serkis, love Smeagol as well. So you can almost separate the 2 characters. But yeah, Gollum is my number 3. Joe?
My number 3 is Theoden. I think when you watch Lord of the Rings as a trilogy, if you count how many moments sort of like your hairs will stand up on your arm, all of them are when Theoden speaks, even to the point where after he gets brought back from being corrupted by Saruman, and he's talking about his son's funeral and his son's grave, even like stuff like that. It's just so well performed. It's just absolutely brilliant portrayal by Bernard Hill. Just a brilliant character.
Yeah, can't argue with that, mate. Coombsy, your number 3.
Frodo.
Ooh, nice.
And it's not higher because I know the whole trilogy is about him and you're meant to love him as a character, but at some moments I just went, you really need to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's about 50.
Yeah, Frodo reminds me of like Harry Potter, when like Frodo would fall down, like literally fall back and collapse every time there's danger, and that was like Harry Potter and like Philosopher's Stone. Every time, like when he saw Voldemort for the first time, he just falls over. It's like, you need to pull yourself together, mate. My number 2, I've got Samwise Gamgee. Love old Sam. Yeah, just sadly doesn't make number 1 spot, but yeah, I'm definitely more of a Samwise fan over Frodo. Yeah, he's brilliant, and again, iconic lines from Sam as well. Especially Return of the King is probably his best film for Sam. But yeah, Sam is my number 2. Joe.
My number 2 is also Samwise Gamgee. Yeah, I've again watching it quite frequently over the last 12 months. I was surprised every time I watch it back. I just admire Sean Astin's performance. It's so good. Yeah, it's brilliant. As you said, then Return of the King. It's the last third of the film is Aragorn and Sam's film. It's their arc. He's brilliant. He's the only one that doesn't get corrupted by the ring after they've held it. He bears it and he literally doesn't care less. Just hands it back freely. Yeah. He's, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
And then finally, your number 2, Coombsy.
Gandalf.
Oh.
And as much as Ian McKellen himself does not like Gandalf, apparently.
Makes you say that?
I don't know. The character itself, and as Joe said, particularly more in The Hobbits.
Mine's right there as well.
Particularly more in the Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
There's just such an intriguing character, and he's been around for such a long time, and there's more story to tell.
Yeah, it's very good casting as well. I feel like Ian McKellen is brilliant in it, and I feel like he, even though like he's not a big fan of playing Gandalf, I feel like he'd still know his lines like right now. I think he is.
I think he's fed up in the last few years, but like even during COVID, he's like reciting.
Yeah.
Gandalf in schools. It was in a school in Bristol, and he was reciting Gandalf and stuff. I think it's just like, I think he's fed up of people taking the mick out of him, which is a shame because you can tell that he's probably getting sick of people referring to him only as Gandalf, rather than all his work.
Yeah, the last 10, 15 years. Right then, my number 1 is going to be the same as Joe's, I presume, but I've got Aragorn, of course. Even Margot Robbie hit the nail on the head when he comes through the barn doors with the dripping hair in the rain. That was just absolutely incredible scene. Something about Aragorn. He gave me I think when I first saw him on the big screen, he gave me like the hand vibes, like in the corner, in the dark. And what did they call him? When they called him Strider. Yeah,
Strider.
I've always like the coolest bloke I've ever seen. I remember he's an unbelievable character, Aragorn, and then how brave he is, how loyal he is, and how he wasn't afraid of death. Like he was just willing to die just to help Frodo destroy the ring. But yeah, unbelievable character, and the casting as well was immense with Viggo Mortensen. Aragorn hands down for me, my number 1. Joe.
Yeah, mine is also Aragorn. I think Aragorn is just the perfect hero of a story. He's just, as you've just summarized there, he's everything you want in a hero, and you get that sort of feeling every time like he comes on screen where the score like lifts him up as he's even like the scenes where he's running. It's so heroic. He wasn't even cast as Aragorn either, Viggo Mortensen. He didn't even get the role. It was someone else. And whilst they started filming the film, and were like, no, this isn't right. Like this, if you go on YouTube, there's scenes of the original actor and it is so weird. It just looks really wrong. It looks like Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then he got offered the role, and he wasn't going to take it, but his son had read Lord of the Rings. He was like, "You have to." He's like, "Okay." And then he when he goes into a part, and it pays off. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it might be like top 5 performances ever. I think good.
I've seen as a YouTuber I watch, and he's just done a video recently, the worst casting choices ever. But I think on the flip side, like Aragorn and Viggo Mortensen's one of the best casting choices ever. But I didn't have a clue who he was before that. I don't think I saw any of his work. I've seen a few things since then and gone back and watched stuff, but I didn't have a clue who he was, and that made him such a cool character because I didn't know who Viggo Mortensen was. Coombsy, then you're number 1. I think I know who it's going to be.
Do you?
I'll be. Oh, I don't want to ruin it. Go on.
No, you guess first.
I'd say Legolas.
No.
Sam.
You know what? No, because you would have known if Legolas was my favorite, I would have spent all that money to go and meet Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
I would have done it just because. But no, my number 1 is Gollum.
Oh. No,
And
see, Joe's shocked as well.
Yeah, you are shocked. You were shocked. No, it's because I have a connection to the character. When the movies came out, they had like the mask you could buy and everything. So I had a Gollum mask, and I used to run round the house. Yes,
Scaring the birds.
No, this was when I was way, way younger. When Lord of the Rings was in the cinema.
Yeah.
I ran around the house with this Gollum mask, like reciting all the lines and everything. And ever since then, I've just kind of got it. I think at one point my dad even like started calling me Schmeagol. But I ran around the house, I did everything. And even years later, I could still remember the lines and go, that was brilliant. And I wish at Liverpool I did get to meet Andy Serkis. That would have been my one, besides Jared, that I would have stayed there for hours to try and have a conversation with him, because he's been in so much stuff. And Gollum particular. Have you seen the MTV Andy Serkis versus Gollum?
It's so funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's perfect to me.
I'm not listening.
You don't have any friends.
Nobody likes you.
All right, then, let's wrap that bit up. So that was the top 5 Lord of the Rings. So some very, very good answers there. And nice to actually have a little chat about Lord of the Rings. So I know we touched on it briefly when it comes to cons, but it's nice to actually have a nice chat about Lord of the Rings. All right, I know I'm keeping you guys a bit over time, but I did have a little game for us as well. So I've got a new game. It could go absolutely awful, or it could go okay. Which Harry's in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, Harry. And yeah, some very, very good quotes. My friends, you bow to no one. And that gets, I was already crying by the time Aragorn says that bit. I'm already crying. Meg's top 5 was Aragorn, Sam, Merry, Pippin, and Gimli. Yeah, I thought Coombsy might have had Billy Boyd as Pippin as first as well. That was. I had a funny feeling, and that one, that still only counts as 1. That was a very iconic quote. Right, so we've got a new game. All right, so there's going to be some letters on the screen, and they are of famous characters. So you got to guess the film. So we'll try it or we'll try it out, see how it goes. So 3 characters. So this is a 3. So 3 characters from a film. That is their first letter of their name.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
And the letters are
Ron, Harry, Hermione.
very good. Very good. I was scared that should be like far too much of a stretch. So very good. Next one.
No.
We've just been talking about it. The world is not in your books and map.
You going
It's
for?
Lord of the Rings.
Frodo, Sam, and Gandalf.
I was thinking Gollum, but yeah, Frodo, Sam, Gollum, like two
That's
towers,
it.
and the king. But yeah, that is very good. Harry went Gandalf as well. Very good. I'm not sure if it's going to get harder or not. I think I'll do a few easier ones.
Doctor Who.
Oh, I don't know. Films.
Hmm.
Oh no.
This was meant to be the easy one. Not even
This
Really?
is the easy one.
This was the easy one.
What category of film are we?
What do you
That
want?
might narrow it down a bit. Like, what is it? An action film? Is it a?
I suppose it's action. Yeah. Thanks for
Action.
tuning in, Johnny Sack. So yeah, we're playing. If you try and join in the game, if you can guess this one. So 2 characters. One begins with D. One begins with W.
Oh, this is going to really annoy us if we don't get it.
Yes, it's very, very obvious. I can't believe the chat hasn't said it yet. It's very obvious. I think Coombsy should be getting.
Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Come on. Right, next one.
Warner Brothers. Robin and Batman.
Bobbin. No,
Come
it's Watman and Bobbin.
Blobbing. Oh, mate, I don't know.
No.
Is it easy again?
What's that?
Is it easy again?
Yeah, it's not Marvel.
So it is Robin and Batman.
If I say the genre, I would give it away.
Oh, really?
Oh.
It's not superheroes.
Willy Wonka. No, wait, that's not a B.
If Meg's still watching, I think Meg could get this.
White and Bart Simpson.
That'd be
That's a
good film.
crossover.
That'd be
I
a
want
good one.
that.
Come on.
Oh.
2 main characters. 2 main characters. One begins with W, one begins with B.
Wendy and Peter Pan. I don't know.
You're closer. You're closer.
Oh, it's a Disney one.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, that's Eva.
Come on. He's got
Oh,
it.
it's Toy Story.
He's got. Who is it?
It's Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
There we go. There we go.
How did it take us that long?
Sorry, I'm out here making you work at 10:15. So it's probably the wrong time of night to be doing this. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, I've got it. Yeah. There's 5 people.
There's 5 people in this movie, right? Okay.
One's not a person.
Is it a dog?
Not really a dog, but
What?
Is it a Welsh film?
It's spelt in Welsh.
Is it really?
Oh.
What the?
Lemon, lolly, hog, octopus,
Just
chocolate.
name some names that begin with these letters, and it will come to you.
Lily.
Keep going. Go on, you'll get it. Come on, just name
Jesus.
someone. Name someone beginning with these letters.
Is it a Star Wars one? Oh! Leia,
Oh,
Luke,
yeah.
Han, Obi-Wan, Chewbacca.
Oh,
It's Solo.
there you go. Well done. Star Wars. Very, very good. Very good.
Jesus.
So I'm not sure if I'm
The O on its own throws me off.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was like,
That's
what?
what I'll blame it on.
What is this? I forget.
That's a file, isn't it?
Is that
Yeah,
Something you download.
a suntan lotion.
No, that's a Power Rangers series.
Oh my god! I just realised what this one is. This one's tough.
Is it?
But you've seen the film, and
I've-
there's a saga. It's a saga. It's a film saga.
It's not Planet of the Apes. No, because it's not got a C.
So they are 4 main characters. Technically, you could have S and D as the main characters, and the other 2 side characters.
Yeah.
I'll give you another 20, 30 seconds, and I'll give you a clue.
It's a saga.
Only
Is it a saga we watched recently?
no. It's
Oh,
a good
okay.
shout. You could have Shaggy, Daphne, Fred. That was a very good shout, actually.
Yeah.
Shaggy, Daphne, Fred. That's a very
Could
good
we
shout.
Helma with a silent P.
Helma. Pelma.
Helma.
Oh, I don't know.
Right, the only one
Oh.
that's like, go on.
It's Shrek.
What a shout.
Shrek, Donkey, Princess Fiona. Oosh.
No, Shrek, Donkey, Puss in Boots, Fiona. Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah. It works. It
The
works.
last 2 are the same people.
It works. That was very good.
Is Shrek a saga?
I think it is now. It's 4.
It's been about 5, maybe.
4, and Puss in Boots.
They're doing
now.
I think they're doing another one.
Yeah, they're doing another one. That's the end of the game. That's the end of the game. So yeah, what's the thoughts on that one? Never again.
That was all right. Just
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah.
On the first 2, it was like.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
piece of
trying to be
cake.
great. It was the Deadpool Wolverine one. I thought you guys would have got that straight away.
I was just
But
thinking
no.
of past films. Didn't even think of anything that hadn't come out yet.
Yeah. Right, and now it's time for what's coming up. So, guys, it's the point of the show where we find out what's coming up on people's socials and channels. Start with Coombsy. What have you got coming up? More TikTok, little TikTok clips on the way?
Yep, I got 2 more ready in my drafts. I'm releasing them probably every 2 days just to not burn itself out.
Mhm.
And then I don't know what I'm going to do from then because it's kind of like you have one form of content and there's not a Comic-Con every week. So the next one's Wales. It's quite a long time. I got to think of something to do in the meantime.
I'm giving Harry migraines, I think. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's definitely a good idea to try and stretch out the TikToks. You don't want to go all in one. Try and let the TikTok push it as much as it can. Joe, what you got coming up?
I am away again for a week next week, and then after I'm back, my schedule of chaos has finished, so I can get back to focus on content. I've not, except for in TikToks and the odd short, I've not been able to make any long form content because I don't want to make anything that's crap or just putting stuff out for the sake of it. So I've been very, very busy. I've been a best man. I've been on a stag do. I've been on call. I've been on football tour. I've been all over the gaff. So yeah, after a week or so's time, I can sit down and start to focus on some long form content. So I'm not particularly sure what that'll be, but there'll be a video within the next couple of weeks. So yeah, buzzing.
Yeah, and Dino Joe show. Any...
Trying to book guests, so that'll get announced in due course. But I want to get
6
booked in a row because otherwise, I had stuff booked in a row, and then a couple fall apart, and it ends up just being real blocky. So I want them pinpointed in. But hopefully that will get booked in within the next few as well, and then an announcement can be made.
I think when I first started doing live streams, I think I managed to do 3. I think I've done one with Coombsy, one with Milky, one with the Pop Tart, and then it was impossible to get guests. Someone let me down, and then I was always chasing people, and then the time of night I would do the lives, but it was just weren't doable, and I just had to stopped the lives, and yeah, thankfully we're back with episode 10, season 2. So very good stuff. As for myself on the channel, UK Random, if you may have seen him in the MCM Comic Con vlog, he nominated me for a A to Z Funko challenge. But I've done it with a twist. I've actually done it with signed Funko Pops. So I've done A to Z with signed ones. You'll see how well I do on it. So yeah, that'll be out in due course. So I've got a movie review coming out Saturday of The Fifth Man, which was The Fifth Man, The Third Man, sorry. That was an interesting watch. And the next film I have to watch is a very good film I want to see. Apart from that, I want to try and go to Sydney World a bit more. I think I'll probably try and squeeze Garfield in at some point. Should be an easy watch. And then I'm debating Prison of Azkaban. That's come back into the cinemas. So I'm debating seeing that. But at Leicester Square, they're only showing it on like the small screens with like 3 rows of seats. So there's no point. I might as well watch it at home. So unless it's like a super screen or an IMAX, there's no point really going to see that.
Oh, can you imagine that in like Screen X of the Dementors flying past you? That'd look sick.
Yeah, expect to Patronum. them. That would be mad. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. With Harry Potter back in the cinema, I wonder if people will dress up again. Because I did see people dressing up for the Phantom Menace.
He's just got glasses.
Oh, sorry, Sam.
He's just ginger.
Great, yeah, great wig, sir. But yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm trying to think. I say it in Saturday's video. I'm just trying to get as much content recorded as I can before the Euros and the football starts. So yeah, because that's going to be a big distraction once the Euro starts as well. Not sure what's going to happen with the lives as well. I think England play on Thursday as well at some point, so I might have to pause the lives for the meantime. What's that? We'll do a watch along. That'll be a messy watch along. Anything else from you guys then before we wrap up? Been a very good stream tonight.
No. Goodbye all.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Is there anything from you, mate?
No, I think it's just it's nice to talk about what we've all been doing. Obviously Joe missed out on the I think he'd like the Game of Thrones stuff there, but we didn't actually do the panel. We realised when they said like props and stuff, it was a person on a stage showing you a prop, so we did not think that was worth it.
And then they had the was it Echo thing? Echoes?
Orphan Black Echoes.
They were showing the episodes, but it got released in 2023. So it wasn't like an advanced screening. So, but yeah. Anyway, thank you to Joe and Coonsy for tuning in, and thank you to everyone in the chat. Sorry if I give you guys a bit of a headache with the games, but we had a good laugh. I'll try and do some more games for next week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
Hey.